Is it cheap? I know, probably not, but, maybe not. That's what it takes. Let me take something.
Welcome everyone to the regular Florida City Council meeting. It is Monday, April 7th, 6 p.m. I'll ask Councilman Hardy to deliver an invocation.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day, and thank you for the privilege of being able to gather together, friends and citizens, interested parties. Lord, we ask that you come and be with us in our meeting and help us to make clear, concise decisions. We thank you for the blessings you bestow upon us all the time, and we pray for those around us that are in trouble. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Here.
Councilwoman Doss.
Here.
Councilwoman Gerald. Here. Councilman Hardy.
Here.
Councilman Paget. Here. Councilwoman Sykes. Here. Mayor Stubbs.
Here.
Administrator Nagel. Here. And Attorney Slits.
Here.
First item tonight is the approval of minutes. We have two sets of minutes to approve. The first one being the regular city council meeting from March 3rd. Are there any additions or corrections to that set of minutes? Hearing none, is there a motion that may be approved? Motion by Ms. Goss, is there a second? Second by Ms. Gerald. Any further discussion? We'll call for the vote. Ms. Goss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Mr. Paget?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Second set of minutes is from our March 24th special city council meeting. Any corrections or additions to that set of minutes? If there are none, we'll entertain a motion that they be approved.
I move that we approve the special council minutes from Monday, March 24th, 2025.
Motion by Ms. Gerald to approve the minutes. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Sykes. Any further discussion? If none, we will call for the vote. Ms. Goss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy? Mr. Hardy was absent, I'm sorry. Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Mr. Paget?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Those sets of minutes are approved. We'll move on to the communications part of our meeting. First will be the mayor's report, just a few items to bring to your attention tonight. The demolition of the old Morris High School is on schedule right now. We'll have a more detailed update later in the meeting from Don Schoolcraft, who's been coordinating that project for us. You may also have noticed the large pipes over across the street in the area of Pinewood Drive. Those are new sewer pipes that are being installed as part of an infrastructure grant received from the state. And that grant will replace one of the main sewer lines and manholes that lead to the treatment plant. So we're making some progress there. Always good to have some new things going on in town. I had the opportunity during the month of March to attend groundbreaking for a new home being constructed by Habitat for Humanity. That new construction is over on Harrelson Avenue. In fact, we've got a couple of houses under construction there now. The family that's going to be placed in that home is very excited. Got to meet a few of them, closer to their dream of having a home of their own. It's really a nice event to attend. Don't forget, opening day for our City Recreation Department Spring Sports is this coming Saturday morning, April 12th. Everything should start at about 9 o'clock out at the Recreation Complex on Heritage Road. Everyone's invited to be there. Also, something to remind you of going on in the community, the DECA Club out at Morris High School is sponsoring an Easter egg hunt on Saturday, April 19th. That'll be at Morris Nature Park across from the high school. Starts at 1 p.m. and the club extends an invitation to everyone. I had one of the teachers give me some brochures and asked me to spread the word around town, so I thought I'd bring it to everyone's attention here tonight. Johnson Park is just about complete. We're targeting a grand opening for later in the month, possibly on Tuesday, April 29th. We'll have more information to come here in the month about that as we get closer to the date. That's all I have for my report. We'll turn now to Samantha from the Chamber of Commerce. Samantha, I want to say I think the Lions World Block Party was a success.
I thought it was great. I had a good time. If we could make it bigger next year, but I thought it was a fantastic block party. If y'all didn't go, y'all missed it. It was really good. And we're super excited. We have Loris Elementary School, 2nd grade, coming on a field trip this week, Thursday and Friday. You will be missed one day, right?
I have got court scheduled on Friday. So
Yeah.
I
We'll
may
have
not be here. I'll be here Thursday.
We'll figure something out. We'll make a thing up for something, and I don't know what. So we've got, that's exciting. And then our Small Town Big Show car show is coming up April 19th. So that'll be from 10 to 2 in downtown Loris. Make sure you come, because we got a mayor's choice. You gotta come and pick out your car that you like.
You know, that's really hard to do. I like so many of them. It is so hard to pick that mayor's choice.
I say that's exciting, but yeah, that's what we got going on. And of course, you know, we are always doing new commercials. So we got some new commercials being filmed right now. So hopefully we'll be sharing those soon. And our relocation guide is a little bit behind, but it's getting ready to be printed in the next 2 weeks. So I'll bring some of those up here for y'all to find out. But just put on what we're doing. That's it.
Samantha. Move now to our administrative report, Ms. Rivers.
Thank you. So I sent out the budget, year-to-date budget. Get this out this afternoon. So the only thing I really have to report on at this time is that I would like to spruce up downtown a little bit. So I've been kind of going around downtown. We've been in contact with the arborist to trim some of the trees. To make them a little more presentable. We have flowers going into flower beds. We have mulch going into the flower beds. We have someone that's gonna come and resurface all 18 benches that are downtown. Some of them are really bad off, so we're gonna start doing some sprucing up coming soon.
I add something to that, do you mind? So I talked to Nick from Southern Escapes, and we were talking about the flower pots and how they're hard to water because we don't have the irrigation there. And so he has ordered, and I'm hoping he'll be here soon, that it's a pot that collects water and it like waters itself. And when it rains and that
Like a rain
kind of
barrel,
stuff.
right?
So he's going to bring us one when he gets them to see if y'all might be interested in something like that. But it holds water, and I guess if it's low on water, we add water, and if it's too much, it kind of fills out and it doesn't, but it holds a certain amount of water and it waters itself. So as soon as I get in, I was going to bring it up here and let y'all see it. But since you brought that up, I'm always, thank you, I'm excited. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Next, under communications is the committee reports. We have one committee that met 3 times since our last council meeting. That is Personnel and Finance. Chairman of that is Ms. Colvin.
So we did meet on March the 11th, the 25th, and April the 1st. All members of the committee were present in each meeting. We discussed the personnel matters primarily relating to the retirement of our city administrator, Clay Young, and the recommendation to appoint our treasurer, Angel Neighbors, as a new interim lead administrator.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Colvin. Moving to department head reports. First, code enforcement and planning. Ms. Colvin.
So you have your
notes in your packet, staff reports. The only thing, and I think you got it actually later in the agenda, was vacancy that had come up for the Board of Zoning Appeals. But our main stats for the month, we've got upcoming meetings, zoning appeals is actually Wednesday. And planning commission next meeting is April 24th.
Thank you. Fire department. City Fire Marshal, Mr. Privilege.
He's got our paper report, last month, 160 calls, busiest month since actually December 2021, one of the busiest months on record for the department. Thankfully, out here, the wildfire is a little bit more control and contained, and the rains can help us. It's a very busy month of reports. On the reporting side, I do want to share with you our reporting system, which is called NIFRS, National Fire Incident Reporting System. It's been around since really the 80s. From the U.S. Fire Administration. That system is in a transition phase. It's been a multi-year phase from the federal government with the states and parties. So as we go through the year, that system is going to be phased out into what's called National Emergency Response Information System. It's still going to be data collection. It's going to hopefully create some more stuff with emerging issues with fires. Our vendor, ESO, which we do all the reports and training records through. They're not going to charge for this transition, thankfully. They're a big part of this whole process with the federal and state level. But, that's something when you're doing some trainers internally or with the state fire marshal's office and the federal government with, and just keeping the reports going and more accurate. And the information is going to help the elected officials, the press, the public, and the fire departments themselves. So it's more modern data gathering. That's a project going on. A little bit on the backside, plus many other things going on. I think in maybe May, Fire Safety Day during daytime for some business owners and retirees and staff, but we do not have a date for that. Trying to already look at Fire Safety Day also in May.
Well, we've updated the identification system. Will that help us with our ratings?
It's going to be more. They're saying GIS data is going to be more accurate. It's going to, take, apparatus, personnel, just going to provide more information, where the current system's been very, I'm going to say outdated, just, then the system currently is more towards just fires, where the fire departments have, now, we go to medical calls, we go to look assist, we've got, various other issues going on that the fire departments go to. So, hopefully that answers your question. So I'm learning, definitely going to take another class and learn some more, as we go through the things. But it should be hopefully a smooth transfer. There's been a couple departments in the state that have been testing it for the state level besides property.
All right, thank you, sir. Next is the police department. Chief Field. Right.
I know I didn't make the last council meeting. We had a public safety meeting before that council meeting, I believe, and just got a little bit of updates. I wasn't able to get into your packets. If you mind, if you get into you. We talked to Angel a few times. I think we're trying to put up together a public safety committee meeting to discuss a lot of this. Just to kind of give you a rundown of what we discussed. It's just kind of where we're at, planning stages still. I was trying to get into the package still. I've been running crazy. But other than that, we're doing good, Hank. Thank you. And just get ready for the budget time. Any questions? I know we're busy all day.
They've been busy. All right, thank you, Chief. Public Works, we have for that and recreation. It's been submitted. Nobody here from either of those departments tonight. So that concludes our communication section of the agenda. We'll move along to the business section. First item of business tonight is a resolution. April is always Fair Housing Month, and we've done a fair housing resolution for as many years as I can remember in the city of Loris to coincide with Fair Housing Month. that is the first item on our agenda. This resolution is relatively short. I'll ask Clerk Ray if he needs to read it in its entirety.
Resolution 0325, fair housing resolution. Whereas the city of Lawrence desires that all the citizens be afforded the opportunity to attain a decent, safe, and sound living environment. And whereas the city of Lawrence rejects discrimination on the basis of race, religion, color, sex, national origin, disability, and/or familial status in the sale, rental, or provision of other housing services. And whereas the state of South Carolina enacted the South Carolina Fair Housing Law in 1989. And whereas April is recognized nationally as Fair Housing Month. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the city of Lawrence does hereby designate April 2025 as Fair Housing Month, adopted this 7th day of April 2025 by the Lawrence City Council and published in the newspaper on April 9th, 2025.
You've heard the resolution. Is there any discussion, or is there a motion that we approve the resolution?
I'll move we approve the resolution.
We have a motion from Councilman Hardy to approve resolution 0325, the fair housing resolution. Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Second by Ms. Cost. Now, any discussion regarding the resolution? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. Ms. Goss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Mr. Paget?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Moving on to the second item under business tonight, we have a petition for annexation. And this is a 58/100ths of an acre. Requested zoning is R1.4, and it's on the northern side of Russ Road. Ms. Holmes, if you could maybe give us a little more information on this annexation petition.
So the first one, this annexation, they've actually already gone through a pre-annexation. It's an existing single-family house. It's actually at the corner of Russ Road and Tiger Paw. House has been there, I know, for at least the past 50 years, but they actually wanted to connect to our water sewer. So this, they've already done the pre-annexation. We have those recorded declarations. Now it's just the formality of actually annexing into the city. The R14 is the district requested. It matches the surrounding areas and meets the requirements for the R14 district.
And the council accepts the petition for annexation, it will be referred to the planning commission, and then once they make a recommendation, it will come back to the city council for more treatments. So that's where we are in regards to the petition for annexation. Is there a motion from council to accept this particular petition for annexation?
I so moved.
We have a motion by Mr. Paget. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Hardy. Any discussion? All right, we'll call for the vote. Ms. Goss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Mr. Paget?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes?
Yes.
And I vote yes. And we have a second petition for annexation next on the agenda. This is 2.04 acres located in the corner of Highway 701 North and Fox Bay Road. Ms. Holmes?
So, for better reference of this is, longtime residents would refer to this as the horse pasture. Yes, it's the empty field right beside the speedway and the stop sign at Fox Bay. So it's that little strip they actually subdivided whenever they sold to build Speedway. So this is kind of the remainder of that, what used to be horse pasture. They are requesting C2, which according to the future land maps regulates that's in line with it. And it's adjoining, it's kind of one of those donut hole areas that we've had for 10 or 30 years as well.
All right, hearing that, is there a motion from council to accept the petition for annexation regarding the 2.04 acres at the corner of 701 and Fox Bay Road?
I'll move we accept.
We have a motion for Mr. Hardy to accept the petition. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Sykes. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. Ms. Goss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Mr. Paget?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes?
Yes.
and I vote yes. Oh, yes, petitions for annexation, once they come and accepted by council, my city ordinance have to go to the planning commission on their action, and it comes back to the city council for 2 readings of the ordinance before it becomes official. So yes, sir, that does have to go to the planning commission. Moving on to item D, we have a vacancy on the City Board of Zoning Appeals. Longtime member, Mr. Joyce Gray, has submitted a letter of resignation this past week. He appreciates the opportunity afforded by the Lord City Council to serve on the Board of Zoning Appeals. And he's enjoyed serving, and he says he's no longer wishing to continue to serve, and he requests that we accept his letter of resignation from the Board of Zoning Appeals and fill the vacancy with a new applicant. And we do have a new applicant that applied some time ago. That's Mr. Cleavon Antonio Boyd. His application form and some information regarding him is in the packet, and he is with us tonight.
Hello.
Mr. Boyd, we're glad to have you.
Good to be here.
He is willing to serve on the zoning board of appeals. So, is there a motion from city council to accept Mr. Gray's resignation and to appoint Mr. Boyd to fill Mr. Gray's unexpired term?
I move that we accept Mr. Craig's resignation and we accept, Mr. Boyd's application to join the Board of Zoning Appeals
To fill Mr. Gray's.
to fill Mr. Gray's position.
Okay. Is there a second to Ms.
Second.
Carroll's motion? Second by Ms. Colvin. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. Ms. Goss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Ms. Colvin?
Yes.
Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Mr. Paget?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Welcome aboard, Mr. Boyd. Thank you for your willingness to serve.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to say thank you to Joyce Gray for all the years he served on that board. That's the first thing I ever did for the city. I got on that board. And I'll never forget the first meeting we went to, we had to elect president. Joyce says, I think Lewis ought to be chair, so. But I enjoyed serving with Joyce. It's a fine thing. Thank you.
He's done it for a long time.
It's a long time, at least 30 years.
Next item tonight, and final item under our business section, is an update on the Old Loris High School demolition project. So it's Don Schoolcraft. Come on up. Don's been our coordinator for this project since the beginning.
Well, I'm sure most of you have seen it. Obviously, it's come a long ways here lately. The gym's done, field house is done, the shop building's done. They started demoing the kitchen, our cafeteria. There is a portion of the library or daycare, whatever you want to call it, still standing. Our decon for the main building is located in there. It kind of keeps it safe. So they are demolishing the main building now. And that building, that's the one that had the major asbestos problems. So we have Rhino out there lining the trucks. We're doing the air monitoring, and the heavy equipment operators are asbestos trained. We were able to save the plaques. They all made it, except for that one, but they all made it. The one on the shop house was a little wonky, but the ones off the main building came out just fine. And we were able to wipe them, send them to a lab, make sure they were clean, so they all meet our DES standards. So we have the plaques in hand, working on the few bricks that we're gonna get. And that reminds me too, we are having a lot of people from the public trying to get our bricks. They cannot do that. It's a DES violation at the moment, so people can refrain from that. That would be very helpful. But other than that, I mean, it's moving along pretty good. They have started on the main building on the side where the basement was, and they're moving everything forward this way because it's kind of boggy over there. We want everybody to get stuck, so. But it's moving along pretty good. it's looking like a completely different place over there.
Sure is.
And it seems we haven't had any complaints. It seems they're keeping it clean, keeping things out of the road, not causing any problems. We don't have debris blowing all over the place, so everything seems to be going pretty good.
It looks like they've done a really good job. If you look for the shop building and the field
Yes.
house work and where the
Yes.
old gym was, how
Yes, sir.
smooth it is.
Yes, sir.
Can't even tell anything was there.
No, they done a really good job, yeah. And once they get done in the main building, they've got the, haul-in field where the basement was. Once they get that done, that it should level it all out and look very similar.
And that basement was the old boiler room at the high school many years ago. I remember that.
So, but it seems to be going well. We haven't had many other issues, so at least we were able to save the class. That was stressful.
It
But-
was,
But yeah,
for me anyway.
I'm just happy they came out in one whole piece. Well, I say one whole piece, they were two pieces.
Right.
Surprisingly so. So, but I think that helped the situation because of the weight and how you had to cradle them to get them down, so.
You mentioned they're getting two pieces. One's at the top of the high school building. On both sides, it said auditorium 1930 and high school 1930. I never knew there were two pieces. And Dawn mentioned one time, if you look closely and enlarge some of these pictures, it looks like there's a seam in the middle. And sure enough, they were two pieces.
So, I didn't know, it kind of did, but it could have also been like an indentation too. It's hard to tell, because surely it wouldn't have caught that, or if it would have, their caulk would have fell apart by now, but they came out, and whole, so. And we were able to save the book as well, so, which was really cool. That was a neat one.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
Yeah, I like the book. It's really cool.
And the plan is to incorporate those into some type of monument and memorializing Rio High School. And that's down the road somewhere, but that is the plan right now. Trying to do.
All right. Have any questions?
You want to? Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate your, what you done for us. Those are all the business items we have tonight. The next one we do is public and press comments. Is anyone signed to make any comments tonight? We will have a brief executive session. There should be no action taken after the executive session. I don't know if the press wants to hold until the very end of the meeting. Casey, Jen, if you have any questions now? Okay. All right, we do have to have a brief executive session of personnel contractual matters. Is there a motion to go into executive session to discuss those two matters? Motion by Ms. Goss, is there a second?
The second.
Second by Ms. Gerald, any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. Ms. Goss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Mr. Paget?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes?
Yes.
And I vote yes. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Some fellas in there could walk us through. Just walk there.
Used to have good food when I became also.
When we turn on the air conditioner, back there is,
Stackhouse started looking at I know it's Hennessy, but I don't die. Say thank you.
getting this thing.
You're welcome.
I'll entertain a motion that we go back into open session.
I move that we go back into open session.
Motion by Ms. Gerald, second by Mr. Hardy. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Ms. Goss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy? Yes. Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Mr. Paget?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes?
Yes.
And I vote yes. In executive session, we received information regarding a personnel matter and a potential contractual matter. No action was taken in executive session. Is there anything council has to bring before the body before we adjourn?
I make a motion that we reluctantly accept the resignation of city clerk, Randy, Graham, and, like I said, reluctantly.
All right, heard Mr. Patchett's motion. Is there a second to the motion?
Second?
Second by Ms. Coleman. Any discussion? Call for the vote. Ms. Dawson?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy? Yes. Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Mr. Paget?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes?
Yes.
And I vote yes. That's all we have on tonight's agenda. I'll entertain a motion now. We adjourn.
Absolutely.
Motion by Ms. Goss. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Hardy.
Very
Any discussion? Motion to adjourn. Ms. Goss?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes? And I vote yes. Meeting adjourned at 7:04 p.m.
Okay.
Will we make cross paths again?
In an hour.
Yes.